For me, Steven Spielberg is the god. The movie has nothing to do with a Steven Spielberg movie, but in terms of how it's done, or the conception of the planning, have some points, and at the same time, I'm very influenced by people that came later in my life, like David Lynch or Cronenberg. A lot of people is a little bit like nervous about the fact that, well, man, you're always talking about the 80s, but the fact is that we see the movie, and, well, yeah, at the beginning, where Corey Feldman is there, and we see that there's some kind of naiveness, or older actors playing younger people and all that, but the movie is very dark and sad, of course. Ordinary people in extraordinary situations, that's what I'm talking about. Ambient entertainment, movies like, Poltergeist or, Gremlins and all that. I think that defines the 80s for me. I mean, when Spielberg makes his Richard Donner, just like as when they were kings, it's, for me, that's the 80s.
The root base, I think, for the character was Al Pacino in Dog Day Afternoon. That was really the pedestal that I put the character on. But underneath all that was just my interpretation of this neurotic, paranoid, weak man who had to find his strength, and that's really what Norman is about in this movie, this 117 minutes of his life. So many subtleties of it, nuances, the twitching and the eye gestures and all of that kind of stuff that was going on. I would sit in the mirror at night and I would watch, I would go over each scene and say, how would this guy react to this? At this point, in this moment of his life, how is this going to affect him? My roots is being able to dance and being so fluid and moving all the time.
That's been very helpful for me, really, because I told him, I need a dancer. Sometimes I play myself things that I wanted to do, the hands and all that, because I'm such a big fan of that kind of, Jack Lemmon, Michael J. Fox, and he added the Al Pacino thing. It's like talking about Jesus Christ. Nobody was there. Everybody takes its own interpretation of the thing. And you gotta,
wow. No, we're gonna go heavy now.
I know. No, but there is something about, there's a Jesus thing. I mean, Norman is alone with the axe saying, God, why am I here? Why do I have to do this? Or Isaac, with a knife, and
it's all translated from the Bible.
The Bible,
really, if you read the Bible, it's the birthday script. It's right there. That's it.
Jesus Christ is a big deal in Spain. He's so hot right now.
He's not very popular in America.
No.
No, you know what? Oh God, no, I shouldn't say that. It'll turn into the Beatles press conference.
The first scene that for me is a scene that it grows, especially when you see the movie by its second time. The first encounter between him and Alison Fulton,
which was actually shot on the last day.
The last day. So it's good because when I see that, I see it summarize the spirit of the whole movie, because they knew everything about the characters. Right. They understood everybody was on the same page.
Right. It was really easy to introduce and open the movie that way with these characters who it seems like we've been our whole lives, because we had actually been our whole lives, but we started off day one with the first time I enter the ballroom.
That's it.
And we shot everything in sequence in the ballroom first. Then we went back and then did pieces all over the place.
For example, the elevator. So you see the elevator in several in different places, but it was like 3 days of shooting or something.
3 days
it was
in the elevator.
A crazy thing. I mean, it was very.
Then it's like, okay, now it's time for the hallway.
Really, really low budget. As low that I cannot talk about it because it's not something I'm proud of. Because
it's not that low.
No, the thing is,
I mean, compared to a lot of independent films, it was actually pretty decent sized budget.
Okay, well,
when you can do it on a low budget, you can do anything on a big budget.
That's it.
When you can make, a small budget movie look like this movie, which this movie looks like a big movie.
That's it.
You don't look at it and think independent or small budget. I mean, especially considering all of those sets were built from scratch. All of it. The whole hotel was created. It wasn't there. So, when you take all of that into consideration, you realize anything is possible.
Absolutely.
And especially when you have money to play with.
No, the thing is that the human effort, we cannot put it that in the budget. That was awesome. I mean, everybody was like co-producing the movie. That's something we can say. I mean, a lot of people in the crew. And it's been very hard in terms of, everybody was delivering everything.
The bottom line is, we got, enough budget to make a beautiful film, bottom line. But a lot of people have a lot of vested interest in this film, whether it be money or time or whatever. There was a lot of contributions made, a lot of dedications made. Let's face it, we're very honest about it. Not everybody's going to love this movie. You know, it's a select audience. It's people who have the time and the patience and the will to get through this. It's very disturbing. It's very dark, and it really takes, you know, kind of sitting on pins and needles half the time to get through it. You know, it's a roller coaster ride. You know, some people don't like heights. Those people probably aren't going to want to jump off this bridge. You know what I mean? But for the people that do, it's a great ride. This is not a movie for slow-thinking people.
That's it.
Yes.
The thing
you
is,
gotta be on your toes.
The challenge is for my next movie.
Make it a little bit more digestible.
That's
for
it.
everybody.
No. I think that there's something that people like Charlie Kaufman and Spike Jonze, all these guys are doing pretty well. They're doing smart movies, but at the same time, they have a safe, you know, version of the movie that you can have a good time. And beneath you, they have a lot of different levels with incredible things that never affect to the feeling of having a good time. So maybe people don't get it, but they have a good time and they don't feel frustrated. I think that The Birthday definitely is very frustrating for, you know, superficial people or not people. I mean, moviegoers that expect a plot-driven story with trees and all that.
Yeah.
So
if you're there just to see a slasher film, it's not this movie.
That's it.
In the future, I'm looking forward to, I'll definitely work with Eugenio again. We haven't really decided what yet or when yet, but we will do it again.
And you might star as Norman swinging the axe.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think Norman is put to bed now.
Yeah.
You know? But on to other things.
And we're very happy. The thing is that someday, Mr. Feldman and me, I hope so, we will work together with better conditions.
Absolutely.
And a bigger budget, and then
we will work together again.
I grant that something big is going to happen.